Americans, I've been finding more and more videos of people showing us that they are noticing something is clearly off about the meat they are buying from the grocery store.
I don't think this is safe to eat, honestly. Ugh.
I'm going to show you a bunch of different TikToks that I found, and we're going to try to investigate and figure out what is going on here. Okay, so this first video is a little bit difficult to hear because it's quiet, but I want you to pay attention to the actual steak here. Look at the fibers of the meat and listen to the way she's describing it from actually feeling and touching it.
It looks like a steak, right? But why it's falling apart? Look how easy to come off. And I pulled out some meat, but look how perfectly cut. Why? They print it out? Since when you can put a finger in your meat and it falls apart? What the f*** is this?
I'm not sure if you could hear her well, but she mentioned that she has the inkling that this meat is actually 3D printed. And this might not actually be such a far-fetched idea because as you can see here, back in 2023, there was this article saying 3D printed meat, the future of your steak. And they say right here that 3D printed steak was first created in 2018. So imagine how far the technology has gone since then. And you can see this picture straight from this laboratory, Nova Meat, that it does indeed look like this, like a regular 3D printer with a nozzle, and some sort of substance is aligned into the shape of meat. And if we scroll down a little bit more, we see here that these nozzles actually have apparently fat, blood, and muscle. Does that look like fat, blood, and muscle to you? Definitely not the normal kind. And lower down in the article, they actually show us that in Japan, they're trying to create or are already creating 3D printed Wagyu. Look at this. Look at this laboratory here. They have the cultures. They somehow multiply them and then literally print them into meat. But the real question is this what's going on here in this video, right? There is very suspicious things going on with this meat. We can't deny that. But is this 3D printed? I have a different theory on it. I actually think it might be meat glue. You heard me correct. Meat glue, also known as transglutaminase or transglutaminase. I don't know, but listen to this. This stuff has been used since the 1970s commercially, and originally it was used for imitation crab meat. So that nasty crab meat that's not actually crab or barely meat, that's what they've been using since the 70s to make that stuff. Then in the 80s, 90s, became more popular in different food applications, including processed meats. Right here, and in the 2000s, of course, and more till now. And you can actually scroll down and see people have been making YouTube videos about this worrying topic since 9-10 years ago. It's crazy. Okay, so while doing my investigation into this topic and looking around on TikTok for information, I found this clip from Australian TV that does an incredible job exposing exactly what this meat glue does, how it works, and I promise you it's going to blow your mind. And I don't think it's going to be in a positive way. Honestly, I got very scared watching this.
It's the meat industry's dirty secret. A way of turning the scraps too small to sell as a premium steak back into a juicy, plump eye fillet to sell for a premium price. So clever, you'll never tell. Not even an expert can.
Before, you didn't even pick that as a join, though, did you?
It doesn't even tear through the joint. Bit hard to tell, isn't it? I've just got some fine diced beef and my special enzyme. Just going to mix it up a bit.
Why have we got the masks on?
It's dangerous. See that? Don't breathe that in.
Okay, wait a minute. It's not safe to breathe, but we can eat it? Yeah, something's not adding up here.
This powder is transglutaminase enzyme, otherwise known as meat glue. Meat glues come in a number of forms. Some produced by cultivating bacteria, the others, the primary ingredient comes from the blood plasma of pigs and cattle, specifically the coagulant which causes blood to clot. In the food industry, it has amazing properties.
Did you catch that? It's the part of the blood plasma that causes blood clots inside of the animal. Now, isn't it interesting that one of the leading causes of death in this country is heart attacks and strokes, which are caused from clots in your blood? Yeah, I don't know if that's a coincidence.
So just got a little bit here, about a teaspoonful.
Yep.
Just over the top like that. And with our gloves on, of course, we mix it up.
Then roll it in plastic film and refrigerate. 6 hours later, you have a solid piece of meat.
Essentially, you've got a reborn, rebirth thigh fillet.
More or less, yeah.
And it's not just beef. Pork, lamb, fish, and chicken are all stuck back together using this glue.
Real quick, this part really blew my mind. They literally glued the fat back around it. Also, he just said that it's not just red meat. It's also chicken and every other type of meat. And I want you to remember that for later in the video.
Are you just shaking your head?
A little bit. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
This cube roll we bought from a wholesaler that produces stuck-together steaks en masse. Their effort's so good, James, our butcher, couldn't tell even when it was raw. It's even harder in the restaurant, which are some of the biggest users of glued meat. And chances are, unless you're a vegetarian, you're eating it on a regular basis. But with current labelling laws, neither butchers nor your local eatery have to tell you you're eating chicken glued together with cow's blood or beef held together by pig. We had no idea how guarded a secret this was until we started contacting restaurateurs and butchers to ask them about the use of meat glue. Many of them didn't want to speak for fear of upsetting their suppliers, creating bad blood in an industry that has become very clever at using this product.
Now, isn't that mind-blowing and also terrifying? I also found this TikTok here where this chef is proudly showing how he's using this powdered meat glue to just piece together. Watch how he just sprinkles it like some magic dust, and then he's gonna piece it all back together. Watch, more sprinkling, slaps it, and then he's going to compress it into a roll until it becomes one piece again. And the craziest part is this is at a fine dining restaurant. And because it's fine dining, they're just gluing together big pieces. But imagine in processed foods what they could be gluing together. And look, he's not ashamed to do this at all. He's proud. And look, again, this is fine dining. These look like expensive plates. They're plated nicely, small portions. This is either for a very fancy wedding or for some sort of event or even for a restaurant. And this is definitely not cheap meat that they're using this with. So again, just imagine what the stuff at the grocery stores that we saw in those TikToks, how that's made. Now I'm going to play more clips that I found of people showing off this strange meat that they've been buying. You tell me, does this look like it might be glued together?
I really need to know if this restaurant served me tuna sashimi with meat glue. Is this meat glue? Is that glue? What is it?
And remember what the expert said in the Australian video. This is not just for red meats. It's also for poultry, like chicken, seafood, and anything else. Let's take a look at these videos that people have been posting about the weird chicken they've been getting from the grocery store.
I don't think this is safe to eat, honestly. Ugh, oh my god, alright, I can't take it anymore. Purdue, what the f are you doing to your chicken? What the f?
I bought this chicken at a local grocery store, and immediately it started falling apart as I was getting ready to bread it and put it in the fryer. What is going on with the chicken? Does anyone have any thoughts on this?
All my years, I have never seen chicken put out white grease. I only seasoned this chicken with mustard and my regular seasonings.
I was cutting up my chicken, and I got to this chunk. Check it out. There's like a little hole right there where this thing is coming out of. And, like when I...
The heck? Have you ever Are we getting fake meat already?
Okay, I get asked all the time why I don't buy Costco chicken anymore, and this is exactly why. I did not like the texture. It did not look right to me. I have a couple videos on my page if you're more interested in this, but I basically did a whole video on how lab-grown chicken is coming to the United States. It was FDA approved, and I don't know if Costco has lab-grown meat and chicken. I just know that I don't like that texture of chicken. That doesn't look right to me.
And guys, if that wasn't bad enough, I then found out that they're not only using glue, but they also inject and plump up the meats with a plumping solution. But that's a whole nother topic for a different video because it's a rabbit hole in itself. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and let me know if I should cover the plumping solution next. Thank you so much for watching.